the Earth up to recognize Earth Day today. So happy Earth Day to you. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to look at the banks today. We had a big SEC Rule 15C3-3 that went into effect. So we've had some wild price action. It's been a little witchy, as we like to say, kind of like quad witching day. That it went up, it went down, it went up and then down. So we're going to get into that today. Let me just share this out on Twitter. And we got some people watching live. Nice. All right, let's share this out on Twitter. I will get the live stream up and going. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. And I do have it up and running, so I can see you guys chatting away. So welcome, welcome. Hello, Asif. Oh, thank you. So kind, always, Asif. All right, so I'm going to bring up the banks first because it looks like we've hit a double top. In fact, let's look at this on the weekly chart, right? Over here we have, whoops, over here we're going to have the weekly chart, and on this one we're going to do a 45-minute. So we're able to see. So we pulled all the way back down to this volume weighted anchor price right here, and then we bounced back up. But what's really influential is we have this big ruling that came out 6 months ago, right? It came out 6 months ago, and I'm going to pull it up so we're able to look at it. Hello, greetings. Everything's monetizable. Bonjour, Salvatore, ça va? All right, so I will put this link in the, actually I'll put it in now. So let me grab that. Let me put it in now for the, here we go. So that you guys will have it in chat too if you want to read it, and I'll put it in down below as well. Bonjour, Jacques-Campagne. That this is the SEC filing from October 22nd in regards to broker-dealers borrowing fully paid and excess margin securities from customers. So you're reading that correctly, from customers, right? Let's see if I can enlarge this. Make it, oh, there we go. I can do it right here. So you guys can even read it more easily. So this was in relation, back in October is when we started to see GameStop really go crazy. And the SEC was like, hold on a second. We don't need this to happen to everybody. Yeah, we'll check that out. And so they're saying we want to set forth requirements for borrowing fully paid and excess margin securities from customers. So they borrow, it's like a bank, right? You put your money into the bank, and what does the bank do? The bank is going to take that money and then lend it out to somebody else. So in other words, the money that you put into the bank is simply $1 on a statement. If you were to go to the bank and say, I want all my money out right now, they're going to say, oh, sorry, you know, in order to take out that amount of money, we need you to call us at least 3 days in advance so that we're able to order it from our main branch and then have it brought to the bank, and then we can give it to you in person. But they are not required to have that much cash on hand at a bank. I worked at a bank, goodness, over 20 years ago, and they have a set amount that they have in each branch, and that's it. They keep very, very minimum on hand. So if you ever want a large amount of money, you have to call the branch ahead of time, which is kind of like, hey, wait a second, why do I have to call to take out my money, right? It should be my money. It should be easily accessible. Why do I have to advise you that I'm taking it out? Question number one, you might want to put some money in the bank, right? Yeah, well, it might not be short covering because, Ace, if we also saw that on Monday and Tuesday, well, Friday there was big selling at the end of the day. Monday there was a big downward day on the indexes. And so really, if you look at the trade date plus 2 days for settlement, they would have had to sell at the latest on Monday. So any wonder that we had a high on the markets on Friday of last week, and then it sold off from there? No, not really, because they were trying to bring it all the way up so they could capture all of this money to be able to repay people with either loan consisting of cash, U.S. Treasury bills, or notes, or an irrevocable letter of credit issued by a bank. Oh, and we just have this, you guys. XRP is crossing up the trend line. We're going to interrupt this previously scheduled broadcast to head on over to XRP. Let's go check that out. Let's go to my XRP Kraken one right here, and it should be showing it to us. Let's go to the 24-hour chart over here. Right here, this line. So now we could be setting up for that third wave. 1, 2, heading up this way for that next wave up for XRP. And yeah, ETH and ETHE, for those that do trade the stock equivalent in the trust account. Hey Mike, welcome. So when we're looking at this is coming to say, hold on a second. We need to have this cash on hand available to pay our clients that we've borrowed their shares, put the cash in their accounts, or else we need to put the shares in their accounts. So looking at that, we're seeing that all of these were actually red. This is XLF. So we started off with XLF today. We'll come back, but you can see that we're starting to have this breakout. When was the last time that we tested this? It was back on the 17th. So that was now last Saturday. So looking at this, we could see that we start to really break out. My first target would be up here at 170, and we might just have liftoff for that next leg for XRP. But let's go on over to XLF. So XLF, banks, brokers, Jpmorgan. Jpmorgan, also Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley were also selling junk bonds on Monday. Let me get that article too for you guys. So they were selling junk bonds on Monday in order to try to raise money. And then there was another bank trying to take over Citibank's retail business in the Philippines. All right, so is this it? Yeah. Let's see if it will open up really quickly before it blocks us. So Morgan Stanley priced $7.5 billion, three-part sale. Jpmorgan, $2 billion. And new debt, Goldman Sachs announced the sale of $675 million. So they're trying to scramble for cash. In other words, it's saying, hey, we sold the top because we need to repay all of these clients. Remember what happened with Archipelagos or Archelaus? Oh, I don't remember the name of it. But when we go and we look at Viacom, right? You up here, all of a sudden it dropped on bad news. Boom, there goes a hedge fund. They were naked in this account. They were swapping shares from somebody else in order to be able to make profits. Well, guess what? The SEC said no more of this. We're not going to allow all of this dirty business anymore. And we also have that on, this is a really cool article too. Hold on, let me grab it here. Right here. Wall Street on Parade. I have it all on my Twitter as well if you guys want to see it. Wall Street's mega bank CEOs to be hauled before Congress in May. Why? What dirty business have they done now? Right? This is not looking good for mega banks, right? Let's see if it tells us exactly which banks. Oh yeah, right here. Perfect. Jamie Dimon, David Solomon, Jane Fraser of Citigroup, James Gorman of Morgan Stanley, Brian Moynihan of Bank of America, and Charles Schwartz of Wells Fargo. So all of this is saying, hey, we know you guys have been up to dirty business, but it's probably going to come out before this point in time, or else at least in May. So my personal opinion is I am looking at these banks to correct, because there is something that's going on and they're getting caught, right? They are being brought out. It's like with Facebook, right? Everything was all hunky-dory until found out that Facebook was selling everybody's information. Now, do I think that the banks are selling everybody's information? No. Do I believe that the brokers and the banks are playing with everybody else's money and their shares of stock? Yes. We're also seeing that a lot of these banks that have been playing with other people's money is actually going to probably come back to bite them because they don't have that cash. They don't have the capital. They were trying to make money off of other people's money, and now they have to come forward, and the SEC is saying, hey, come forward and present us with all this money, right? But we will see what happens at the end of today. I think we could see some very exciting fireworks at the end of the day, either to the upside or downside, for A, the banks, and B, as well as the indexes. I know right now, for the indexes, we have the SPY creeping higher, right? We're not up just so yet at the highs, but we had the high sell-off over here, roughly 417.38. That was Friday, right? Yeah, that was Friday. And then we had a drop off on Monday. Look at the volume at the ends of the days, right? So we had big volume, end of day, we dropped down. Big volume, hey, we dropped down. Okay, maybe they shorted even extra shares to try to make that money back. But remember, if this is a cash account that they have to do this, they actually have to wait for that trade date plus 2 days. There's no more margin for them, basically. These brokers were dealing on margin with the shares of the clients in the brokerage houses. And now the SEC said, okay, you know what? We're going to give you 6 months to clear this all up. And then you better have the cash on hand or else things are going to happen. They've already said, guess what? We're pulling you in May 26th and 27th in front of the Congress and Senate to talk about this. All right. Yeah, believe the court is going to knock back discovery for SEC Ripple for foreign info. Yeah, they were talking about that. Let's see if we have any news as well from our buddy Jeremy Hogan. Let's see if he's put anything else out. I did watch a video that he'd put out talking about the discovery, saying that they were limiting the discovery for SEC. So let's see right here if we have anything new and different for him. We'll come back over here. 18 hours ago, being said, Ripple's being very aggressive in pursuit of these documents. They went and they wanted to delve even further, saying we want to see all of the information about Bitcoin and Ethereum and any emails or documentation. So that could come back, and then all of a sudden we have Gary Gensler that could say, you know what, we don't even really want this case to go to court because we see the uses, right? We see everybody's using it as a currency. We see these paying systems and everything like that. And there was also the new information that came out about regulations. Hello. All right, so here, it also looks like an inverted head and shoulders, right? So if we're able to break out, it looks like we've already actually broken out from this head and shoulders, but I would look for further test up here, 417.40, that then we would have the depth of down here at 411 to 415, $4 to the upside, so potentially up to 419 for highs. We will see what happens. Depends end of day. Maybe these are just people that are being squeezed. Maybe they're going to try to sell off end of day and say, hey, yeah, it's okay. We're going to sell everything off at the end of day. Qs as well. We're seeing the Qs bounce up a little bit, but yeah, let's see as well. Let's go to the Xrp Wealth List. I love checking this Xrp Wealth List to see what's going on. I know I'm jumping all over the place today, guys. We now have, this is going up at a much higher rate. We've had an additional 10,000 new accounts open for XRP, right? And what does it take to be in the top 10% now? Down to 2,056, top 5%, 8,600 now. You can look and see for those accounts that have over 1 million. Yeah. Oh, well, they are definitely using it to their advantage, right? Oh, and my brain's got like 3 different channels right now, so I'll try to keep it all organized for you guys. Let's also look at Clank app, my stream of thought process. Let's go to Clank app. And let's look at it. Yeah, 173 million XRP wallet, unknown to unknown. Is that what you were talking about? 100 million? Maybe that's from them right there. Let's see, 100 million. I don't see Coinbase right here, but let's keep looking. It will show you. Here we go. 2 Coinbase and 2 Coinbase. 61 million and 60 million. And that was, oh no, that's not Coinbase, Coin One. So we have 61 million XRP there 2 days ago. But you can deposit into Coinbase. I know I have a friend in New York that he said you can deposit into Coinbase. However, you're not allowed to trade it and you're able to deposit out. So it is somewhat open for the XRP wallet in Coinbase. You are simply not allowed to trade on Coinbase. So that is interesting that they are allowing you to actually access your wallet, but they're not letting you trade it, buy it, or sell it there. So you can move it in or out of there. When we look at the most recent whales, we have 1.4 million, 6 million, Bitstamp. I know someone was trying to get some out of Bitstamp, but they were not having luck. So that's interesting to see that it was transferred out. Bitthumb. I wonder if Bitstamp opened up today. All right. So nothing new from Jeremy Hogan on that front. And it does look like there's big money moving around. Okay, so let's get back to, we also look like we have a bit of an inverted head and shoulders right here. And the volume is dropping off, right? So we had the biggest volume over here this day, and then it's just sort of been waning a little bit. We had bigger volume right here at the bottom. So I wonder if they sold up here at the top and they bought it back here in anticipation of potentially setting up for this repayment of swaps of shares, right? Let's also look at the SPY and see if we have a coincidence of the same high volume. No, the volume was really increasing, and yesterday was a little bit lower. Curious to see if we go and we break above this 417 level. I'm going to set an alert right there. Oops, nope, I want to say crossing up. There we go. To see, or are we going to drop off? The volume is dropping now. Are we going to come back down and drop down further? Let's also check IWM. Tends to lead the market, the Russell 2000. So Russell 2000 is coming up to test pretty much that 226 level. Now, it broke down, came back up. This would be a lower risk short entry when it tests this and rejects it. So I'll be interested to see if it will reject here or we're going to break up above 226. That's what I would be watching as the level right here is breaking up above 226. Dow Jones today pulling back. There was just some negative news on Boeing. Boeing had more electrical issues with their MAX aircraft. So let's see if it affected the price action at all. No effect on the price action, but they're still working on a fix for 106 Boeing aircrafts today. Yeah, the SPY is flat as a pancake, which leads me to believe that they're more positioning today. It's not really that flat though. It did have some big price range action today. So it came up, came all the way back down and shot up higher. All right, let's look at Microsoft. Yeah, we'll look at pins for sure. Let me go up and see what everything monetizable put in first, because everything monetizable put in a bunch. So let's go here. COTY. Skills. Yeah, I have skills on here already. MVIS. BNGO. Zynga. Pins. Yeah, USAS. Ego. All right. Oops, hold on. Let me add Zynga and pins again. I didn't put the space. There we go. All right. So Microsoft, we're up at the former high again. Now, what happened with the volume up here? We had a big wick. Sold off, sold off. Does not look like it's able to break up above 261.50. And that is the high, 261.78. So we set a new high today. However, we are looking like we have descending volume. Are we going to close above 261? I'd really watch that 261 level to see if we're going to break up above it, because in the past we have not really been able to hold up above 261. Oh, always. Always, you two. Always, always, always. That's what always happens. All right, so let's look at Amazon as well. Also another major. Look at this. I called this out and I said, hey, watch this. We're holding up above here. This is an area of probably disbursement up at the top. Maybe they were trying to sell some Amazon shares. You know, I'm always trying to put myself into the brain of the big guys. They're trying to cover their hedges elsewhere. Let's sell the most expensive one. Let's run it up. Let's sell it. And then we're going to use that capital to repay everything back, right? Because they're hurting. They don't have these hundreds of billions of dollars to be able to repay everybody back. So end of day could really be fireworks because they really want to try to comply. But in my opinion, I really don't. I think that these guys are so used to not having to comply, in my opinion, again, that's just my opinion, that they're going to get caught. And there could be a real volatile end of today's trading session at 4 p.m. It might even go all the way until 8 p.m. because you have until 8 p.m. for that final settlement. But we'll see. Maybe they're going to execute some calls or some options, and that would be a cash type equivalent trade in their accounts. So maybe they're going to run things up, you know, capitalize off of some low cost options to be able to leverage money. Always trying to think of how they're going to get out of this dirty, messy scenario that they have created for themselves for years. All right, so Amazon, we're testing this upward trend line right here, pulling back at the 50 simple moving average. However, this is in a downward trend, right? Or downward, we have a sell-off with this resistance that has been a resistance for quite a while now. And we have a bit of disbursement up at the top, up above, and we've dropped back down below. If we can close up above 33.63, I'd say, hey, full on bull. Other than that, I feel like this is going to have more of a bearish move back down to 32.50 again. All right, first one on my long list today was WBT. And no, I didn't do WBT. I changed it to skills. I changed it on my list today to skills. So good call out from Everything's Monetizable. And it did offer a short today. So we came up, we hit the 200 on the 24-hour chart, and then it dropped off. It did have higher than normal volume, and it moved to the upside, but it ended up pulling back down today. All right, so we had skills right there. And Love was also on my list. They actually received an upgrade today, which always makes me suspect because many times they're looking to sell into the strength of an upgrade. I think the trick of the dark pool, there needs to be a way to see what they're buying or shorting or selling. It's not a website or their access to someone with dark pool order flow access. There is a great software, YouTube. Here, let me put it in here for you. It's called Flow Trade. And I'll give you a link for a free 7-day trial. And you can get in touch with the guys there, Dan and also Josh, two really good guys. And they have dark pool algos as well as dark pool prints. So you do get to see what is going on. You get to see what is going on with the dark pool algos, and you get to see what is going on with the dark pool prints. So you get it all in one location, and you can sort the dark pool prints, and you can see if there's a divergence scanner. Hey, are they manipulating the price up while they're selling the price down? Hey, it starts to curl over. Guess what? Now they are in addition. Yeah, my pleasure. You came to the right place, right? So Love coming up, testing. If we break above 64, looks like this could be a further continuation to the upside. Other than that, with the upgrade today, riding the momentum just for the day. Oh, nice, Salvatore. Riding up for the momentum for the day. However, it's always suspect of an upgrade, even after earnings. No, right now she doesn't, Asif. We're trying to somewhat make it more amenable to what we're already using. So looking at that, because the tools that we use in the trading rooms are awesome. I love using it with the trading information from the trading rooms and that. So I can see, hey, I can see for the past 3 days that they have been selling on Jpmorgan, right? So we're also going to go over Jpmorgan and look at that. We also had insider selling on April 15th. We also had dark pool prints on TD and Royal Bank of Canada, right? I posted out on Twitter, hey, these banks are starting to collapse. Everything is starting to unravel. We've got the brokers now, which are also banks that are getting caught by the stock exchange, by SEC, and they're going to be called into Congress. We have banks that are starting to see that there's defaults happening from their largest clients that they lent out to. And that is going to cause an implosion of the banking system. And this could be bad like 2008 again. We could see that the banks start dropping down. Oh, you're very welcome, Charbel. You're very, very welcome. Yeah. It's also, any of the links of all the products I talk about are always down in the description as well. So don't worry. I know it makes it easier in the chat, but yeah, I think that this one has more to offer, Charbel, than Data Trader Pro. All right, so Nicola. I've been talking about Nicola. Where is Nicholas Nava? Nicholas is a Nicola fan as well. So Nicola finally broke out of this downward trend now. Not sure if this is in relation to that new SEC rule. It would kind of make sense if they were heavily shorted in this. Why not go ahead and buy it back super cheap down here? Well, we've had a nice 19% move to the upside today on Nicola. So I did shout this out on Sunday as a potential long, and it's a nice swing trade. Even if you got in on Monday, the 19th, you are still up, what, $1.15 or 10% on the day just today. And this has further potential move up to the $15. You took your profit. There you are, Nicholas. You heard me talking about you. This could still move to the upside, right? You know, we see that this is down 89%. The high of the year was $99 and it was down at $9.60. Okay, it was down 90%. So this has room at the bottom. It's kind of like XRP. When I was talking about XRP, when it was all the way back at 45 cents and said, hey, there's value here. Pay attention. This has value in the new banking system, ISO 2022, that's due to be adopted fully by the banks by November 2025. Still in the infancy phase. Still very, very low. And that's why I personally invested. If it's right for you, check it out, right? Wow. Very cool. So check out XRP. See if it works for you. I've done the research of ISO 2022. Check that out. Check out the research of Ripple Labs, all of their partners, all of the banks that they have partnered with, all of the programs that they have partnered with as far as payment systems. Right now, the SEC is looking at this court case, right? But they could very easily throw it out and say, hey, you know what? This is definitely a cryptocurrency. We also had new legislation being voted on talking about regulating the crypto space that they want to have happen over the next 90 days. And that came out on Tuesday. So Tuesday, 90 days, we're looking at roughly July 20th, we'll say, roughly, for absolute latest, probably for a dismissal of this court case. But I think it's personally going to be earlier. Some banks, yes, were buying crypto. Some not hedge funds, but some brokerage houses have opened up crypto exchange desks or crypto desks. But there was one, I believe it was Credit Suisse, that came out and said no one is allowed to trade Bitcoin related securities. I'll have to double check on which brokerage house it was that came out and said that. So Nicola, nice move to the upside. AT&T, massive amount of dark pool prints today. I was blown away by the number of dark pool prints on AT&T today. And maybe that's in relation to shorts covering. Maybe that is in relation to the brokers saying, uh-oh, we got to get out of this because now it's had great news. You know what? Yes, ASIF, I know Kraken, you can short cryptocurrencies. Moving to the upside. And then Ford today too. Also getting close to earnings, pulled back to the 90 simple moving average, bouncing up. Are we going to be able to close up above here? I would look, once we break up above 12, there's a flash crash on the SPY. Let's check it out. Down to 415.67. There's nothing that's not a coincidence, right? Everything has a reason to it. So let's check out something really quickly. Oh, here it is. I already have it open. Oh yeah, they're getting caught. What's going on? They turned off the algos. They turned off the algos, everybody. This is just dropping down. Oh yeah. 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 Wow. Do you guys have protection on? This could just cause massive movement. So here, I'm going to pull this up as well. This is another tool for dark pool prints. 1.4 million at 416.10 at 1206, right? 416, 1206. What was it? 416.10. So guess what? We're going to mark that right here. 416, yellow dotted line, 416.10. All right, well, we're definitely below that. And it's just, like I said, it's been a crazy, wonky day. You know, a good day to really be careful in trading. And now here we go. Let's see, are the banks imploding now too? So Jpmorgan, let's talk about, wow, here we go. Thank you guys for joining me for this. It's always fun to watch. There's no panicking, right? If you're long, protect your profits, right? That's it. Protect your capital. Jpmorgan, here we go. We are going to see Jpmorgan likely come back down to 142, if not further. Had a bounce up to the moving averages right here on the 15th of April. Let's pick this one and let's go to form for Jpmorgan. Insider trading. So they already knew, right? They already knew that there was going to be an issue. Well, maybe not this one. Maybe Melody Hobson didn't know. She wasn't on the inside group that knew about what was going on. Maybe she's a new hire. But we can see April 15th, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people sell. Chief Risk Officer. Do you think the Chief Risk Officer of Jpmorgan knew that there was some risk? Yeah, a lot of people can, you too. You can use it as well. If you ever go to, say, Interactive Brokers and hide order, just show 1 or 2 or 3 shares, you're using the dark pools. Anybody can use it. It's the really big prints that are hidden in the dark pools that you want to pay attention to. So when we have Ashley Bacon, I'm betting there's going to be a lawsuit against Ashley Bacon, the Chief Risk Officer, selling just before all of this is going to happen and unfold. They already have Congress calling all these people out. Fox A is starting to gain volume to the upside or downside. So here, you can just watch this. Here go the banks. Let's see what's going on with TD as well. Is TD imploding? It had a nice run up. And let's check Royal Bank of Canada. RY, I think is what it is. Yeah, let's go RY. Yeah, Royal Bank of Canada is just sort of pulling back a little bit. Let's see, they had dividend yesterday, bounced off of dividend, and now it's starting to come back down. Below $92 would be a bigger move to the downside. Now everybody thinks banks, yeah, they're awesome. There's no risk in banks. They're a sure bet. Well, not when they're doing dirty business, which it seems like they might have finally gotten caught. Interactive Brokers, another brokerage house. Maybe we're going to see this move to the downside. It's not on this list. Earlier today, the only one that was green was Chubb Limited, which is an insurance company. So let's see Fidelity as well. Fidelity Bancorp. How are they doing? They're kind of up today. Let's see. Fidelity, this one. Fidelity, no, those are all the FNF. There we go. Yeah, they're feeling the pain right now too. So all of the banks are really being heavily hit right at the moment. and the SPY, right? Now we're seeing bigger drop down, right? We hit this trend line and now it's selling off. We almost hit the highs. Again, we saw that bigger print right here. All right, it's just melting. Anybody eating that ice cream cone? Does anybody have their popcorn ready for this? I've definitely been protected on this, knew this was coming. And are we going to see this even gain down further? Maybe they're just trying to take it lower to buy back those shares, right? They brought it down, they took it up. So they brought it down, they shorted, then they bought. Then they took it up, they sold, double. And then they brought it back down again. And guess what? They're trying to run the system to make all the money that they possibly can with their algorithms and their massive selling. All they have to do is turn off the buy algorithm and down goes the market. Really, that's what we saw happen back in March of last year. So we're below 1, 2, we're not really below 3. Maybe once we go below over here, what is this day? This day is 413.09. So if we close below the open of 413.19, actually, let's say close below 413. I think we'll likely see that this will really move back down further. All right, let's keep going. We also had GlaxoSmithKline today on my short list. Everything's starting to melt down now. NEO was on my list as well. Look at how it broke out nicely to the upside. Yeah, I can check in and see. I don't have it open on this computer, ASIF. So it appears you are offline. Okay, hold on. That's cool. It refreshes when I come back. Yeah, they're selling. Selling on Jpmorgan, selling on the SPY. VXX, it looks like they are, wait, this is 1 minute, 1 minute. XLF, they are selling. Let's go to QQQ. Waiting for that to load, and let me check IWM. Looks like they bounced a little bit on IWM, on QQQ. And IWM selling, even though there's a little bit of a bounce right now, selling right there as well. So NEO was doing well until everything seems to be acting like the market, right? Which you will see that happen as well. And Mara today pulling back, much like Bitcoin, pulling back down. You can see that 50 simple moving average is strong on the 45, the 15, the daily. We hit the 24-hour for EMA and we're continuing to pull back down. I'd be interested to see if this is going to close below 30. Then we'll likely see that Bitcoin will melt away as well. And Bitcoin had that hash rate incident from the power outage in China, which goes to show how much they demand on China, right? They demand on China for all that energy for Bitcoin. What happens if Bitcoin goes away, right? Apple starting to pull back now. And definitely if we go below 132.80 over here, we could see a bigger move to the downside. I would look for 131 area. Tesla's melting down as well today. We hit this trend line, much like Amazon. We have this upward trend line here and this longer term one right here. So we broke down, came up and tested. Remember I talked about that on IWM. This is the lower risk entry when it rejects it right here. This was that lower risk entry. Now, potentially, we will see this meltdown further. I'd look for a breakdown below $7, $700. That would be my initial target. Then after that, 696, and then to 673, and all the way down to 620. All right, let's look at Cody. Let's see, I don't have the chat up. Sorry, guys. I was looking at Flow Trade on this computer. Thanks, Salvatore. Yeah, if you like the live stream, please hit the like button and share with your friends. That way we can help more people. So Cody is coming up, testing this level right here at 940. Looks like it's been a resistance in the past. If it breaks up above, look for that test of 960, but it might pull back down and then shoot up again. Nice, you two. Awesome. Skills. If you like the live stream as well and you want to contribute, feel free to buy me a coffee through the link down below in the description box, or also if you want to send me some XRP While it's super cheap, love some XRP. Happy to receive XRP. Even though people might think it's worthless, I think there's a lot of value there. All right, so skills today, pulling back down, we already went over that. MVIS bouncing up, potentially with earnings very far away from the moving averages. We'll check out Fubo. So you wanted to see Fox A and Fubo. Oops. There we go. And there we go. So MVIS. So this has definitely had a short squeeze type scenario up here. Hit the 15 mark. Oh, my pleasure, Troy. And now it's coming back down. So it looks like there's a bit of a sell-off up here. Not sure if that's in relation to what's going on with the indexes, or is this just the pattern that they were setting up for, right? A big spike pre-market, and then they're selling it off, bouncing a resistance, which looked like resistance in the past here at 1380, and now selling off again. BNGO, Bioenergenomics, not much of a pharmaceutical medical type trader, as there can always be different reasons why they will drop. After your comments, I made Fed's tracking my YouTube like mofo. All right, look at how it hit the 425 on the 45-minute chart and it rejected, right? And now it's pulling back down. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I mean, there are dark pools that can definitely, people can use them. You and I can use them. It's the really big guys that we need to pay attention to. So here, and do they manipulate the market? How many of the people watching live stream right now, put it in, yes or no. Do you believe that the market is manipulated? I want to know. So Zynga over here, this 50 simple moving average, really been resistance, right? So I would look for this actually to continue to sell off and come back down. Only when the 4 is going to cross up over the 50 would I believe that this is really going to move to the upside. Really? Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you think that it's manipulated? Okay, thank you, Goran. I'm surprised. So pins, we came up, we hit this, 96 of you. Everybody else, you gotta watch more because it is so manipulated. It's not even funny. At first I didn't believe it, and then I saw the prints, and then I started going, oh my goodness, if you don't have this information, you're really at a disadvantage because these really big guys run the market. These are the big whales of the market that run the market. They buy, and then they move it up, and then they sell, and then they sell twice as much, and then they move it down. Yeah, I can't say that. You too. Okay, so pins pulling back down. It looks like everything is just selling off right now. Is that just me? It seems like everything that we've looked at is having bigger movement to the downside. So maybe people are taking profit. They're bringing it back down to the 50 simple moving average. Yeah, it's 100% manipulated. I have no doubt in that. Okay, USAS, even gold and silver. They've been manipulating the price of gold and silver. Not a bad thing to have physical gold and silver on hand. They've been manipulating the price of gold and silver for months, right? USAS is Gold and Silver Corporation. So this has pulled back down. It is starting to have a slow upward motion to it right here, right? And we have an ascending triangle right here. So when we break 209 to 236, that's going to be 27 points. So I'd look up to 254 up here, which is going to put us up above the 50. Usually that's a good sign that it's going to be moving to the upside, like back here. Ran up here. And then I would look for it to test out and break out further up above. We have an old trend line here. Going to get rid of this one. Bye-bye. As we have a new bottom that's been set in down here at $2. All right, let's check out Ego as well. Another gold stock. This is Canadian as well. And we have we have the 200 exponential right here. I'm going to get rid of these trend lines. Let's add on another one. I kind of have some secret sauce, you two. I know some secret sauce for the SPY, but I can't just tell it out here. All right, so ego, definitely an upward trend. This manipulation today, which I believe is manipulation, is because they want to bring gold and silver prices down to be able to buy back all the shares that they are really shorting, right? These guys don't want to be caught. So they're trying to drop the prices of many things. That's why I said I think that we could really see some volatility into close. Maybe we're going to see this even pull all the way back down here, 407. You know, they could crash this today. They could totally crash the market and then buy it back in the last 15 minutes. So I would definitely keep that on watch, that we could see, you have pesto sauce. I love pesto sauce, Salvatore. All right, we could definitely see that this starts to move back down further and have a bigger move to the downside. Let's go to Fox A. Sorry, I just wanted to check the SPY there, see if we had bigger movement. So Fox A, we're pulling back as well. Hey, Fox News, right? Let's check out, what's another one? NBC? Who owns NBC? There we go. Let's see. NBC Bank Corp. No, that's financials. Who owns NBC? Is that Time Warner? Time Warner? Did they get bought out? WMG. Time Warner was bought out by Comcast, was it? Here we go. Warner Music, but we're not Warner Music. Time Warner. CNN. CNN's owned by Time Warner. Yes? I'm trying to think of all these. There's Fox, NBC, Time Warner. Who owns them? Let's see. Let's see. NBC stock. No. National Broadcast. NBC, but that's on the Bangkok Exchange. I don't watch it. From the dark pool, Desert Edge. We saw that they had dark pool gave us a nice little print right here. 416.10. Disney. Thank you, Andy. It was the dark pool, Desert Edge. You know, whenever the news, oh, we have a massive drop in the market, no specific headline. You know that the news is always reporting after the fact. They have to come up with a story for the move. The prints is the story. The dark pool prints are the story. Hey, we had dark pool prints on Jpmorgan. We are below them. Therefore, they were selling. Clear cut, right? Yeah, you're welcome, Desert Edge. Sorry, that wasn't towards you. I'm all invigorated today with the dark pools. All right, so Walt Disney. Let's look at it on a weekly. Yeah, this looks like it's about ready to drop down, huh? I'd say about down to 147. Maybe even all the way back down to 134. Biden proposed a capital tax gains tax of 48%. So that's why everybody sold, because they're going to want to have to pay capital gains, right? That doesn't make sense. Let's go here. ForexFactory.com. Let's check news. Anything here? Biden proposed capital gains tax as high as 43.4%. That'd be great. You know, he can't even go into the Pentagon, so how's he going to change the taxes, right? U.S. jobless claim fueled recovery. Existing home sales are down. Unemployment claims are good. Consumer confidence in the European Union is good. Lending index, leading index is good. All right, that's all up for the announcements for today. Quantum AI. That's right, XRP tacos. Well, you don't really need, you won't even need an AI for trading if you own XRP, in my opinion. We'll leave it at that. All right, so we did Fubo, Fox A. We saw that pulling back a little bit today. Let's go to the 45-minute chart over here on the right. Pulled back and bouncing, much like the market. We saw the SPY had that, and Fubo as well. So Fubo hit the 15 exponential, pulling back. would look for this to potentially move up. You really want to get mined. I used to be so confused when they said that they had surpluses of oil in the morning and then the oil supply was low in the afternoon. It's like, what? Yeah, exactly. It's all manipulated. And oil is one of the major ones. OPEC now has their monthly meeting because last year when they had the issue with the negative oil futures contracts, that they ended up saying, hey, you know what? We want more control. Let's head on over to crypto, guys. All right. So crypto list, I have this based on, if you guys want to check out I'll pull it up over here. If you guys want to check out the crypto room, let's go here, services. So this is also where I do teach about dark pools. You too, this is in the training pit is where I teach. I was teaching today. We have bootcamp, Java pit, dark pool app, insights, free trading room, and crypto opportunities. So if you click on this, you can check it out. It is for your first month, $10. So if you guys want to learn more about crypto, come on over and check it out. I do share my screen over there. It is run by Taz. He is awesome. He's in England. So we are an international team that helps people. Yeah, XRP, tacos, you feel cheated with XRP being Andy. There is a way. What state do you live in, Andy? We will help you. I know there's a couple second delay. So know that XRP is just breaking out again, right? You have the opportunities. You think the banks are the reason all cryptos went up and they might die. You too, I agree. A lot of money is rotating into crypto from banks because you become your own banker with crypto. You are able to buy things outside of a bank. You can have your own hard wallet. I have an example over here. Where is it? Right on my desk. And you can have your own little hard wallet right here. You guys can see it. This is a treasure one. I also have a nano one. Or you can put it in a soft wallet on your phone. No, Andy, seriously, what state are you in? I know, right? Desert Edge? It's okay. It still has a lot of growth. Andy, if you go down in the comments below, or not the comments, excuse me, in the description below, there's bittrue, there's uphold, etoro, New York and Texas. It's kind of hard, but I know that had a friend in Texas buy through uphold, Pennsylvania. So you should be able to get it, Andy, at either uphold or bittrue. I actually just had a friend that got it at uphold in Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia. So that one should work for you. No, you mean that banks may sell their crypto tanking crypto 50%. You too, I think that Bitcoin is definitely going to crash, personally. If I had to bet an XRP on it, I would say that Bitcoin is going to crash. And so here we have, if we do a measured move, right, for XRP, really we had our breakout. I'd say our breakout zone was right here. Well, we'll measure it from the volume coming in right here, right? So if we're able to close this up above today, up above this downward trend line, which right now we're still testing it, that's 125 move. Next potential leg up, 125. I can't see. 125 move, 260-ish area. Yeah, you know what? And Desert Edge, I think people are realizing that there's other coins that have value behind them. Bitcoin is amazing for trading. It's that low float monster like GME. It has actually less in the float than GME, so it's more volatile. And it can definitely move thousands of dollars in a day. But it can move that way against you too. Thank you, you too. All right, so XRP, we came up, we hit the 200 on the 45 minute. Let's put this on the 4 hour. I like the 4 hour for crypto. So this one, oh, but that's interesting. You see that? That's something I just picked up. Look at how it really stopped here, the 161 on the 45 minute. Let's do this. See what happens over here. Yeah, we're gonna delete that, and we're gonna make this one, do this really quickly. Bear with me, guys. 4 hours. right here and 45 minutes. All right, and let's do this. Apply these, oops, undo. No, that's not what I wanted. Apply, I want to apply the drawings to everything, but it's not going to do it right now. Okay, so over here on the 4 hour, it looks like we could still have potential move up there. Somebody else was telling me the 26 SMA. 20, let's put this on and see. Oh, look, it hit the 20 SMA to the penny on the 4 hour chart. Pretty cool right there. Almost, just shy of it. So you're hoping for Bitcoin to drag XRP down so I can add to my XRP position. I'm not sure that that's going to happen, Desert Edge. I think that it's going to be the opposite. I think Bitcoin will crash and XRP will skyrocket, personally. And today might be that day that we're going to see it shoot up to that next leg. Do you think Bitcoin will crash in the short term or long term? What's your short term, Dea? I think that it will crash in the short term. I'm talking the next month, personally. Right? Long term, I think it's going to be like crickets as far as years. Yeah, less than 6 months. Yeah. That was funny. All right. Also, check out XDC. XDC is at bittrue. And this one looks like it's potentially setting up for that same sort of leg up. So we had a big move, pull back. Hey, we found support on the 15 exponential on that 24-hour chart, and next potential leg up. I also like XLM as well. So my personal cryptos that I really like are this green list right here. And they're pretty green today. So I like ALGO as well. These are all ones that I have done research on for the new banking system, ISO 20022. If you would like to do the research, go and check them out. So we'll run through them. ALGO right now has that same pullback move and doesn't really look primed just yet. We broke the support, so maybe this is going to come back down here 117 before we continue up a little bit further. IOTA as well. You like Cardano and XRP? Nice, Salvatore. I haven't done the research on Cardano to see if that's included in the new banking system. I do know about these. That's why I talk about these, because there's so many. There's 9,200 that really are out there. If we go to CoinMarketCap, haven't checked it out lately, so let's go there and see how we're doing on the breakdown of the coins. So we have XRP, Binance Coin, we're not too far away again. Tether, of course, that's going to be up there. Cardano's number 6. DOGE or Dogecoin, depending on how you want to say it. This is going to be part of the Flare network, which will be part of the new banking system. And Flare is another coin that's not on there. That will be part of the new banking system. Polkadot, don't know anything about it. Litecoin, I used to like Litecoin, but nothing. Chainlink, there might be an affiliation with Chainlink. I keep seeing it. I don't know if anybody has studied gematria, but that Chainlink keeps coming up in gematria. Maybe it's just in relation to like ledgers. I don't know, but it keeps coming up. So I wouldn't put past Chainlink as well. But Bitcoin, if we look at it, last 7 days down, Ethereum's up. Ethereum has a fairly good, efficient network. But I know for sure, like, number one coin, in my opinion, is XRP. Part of that XRP army, 110%. All right, XDC. This looks like this still has potential to come back for IOTA. XRP, if we're able to close up above that downward trend line, I would like it on that 4-hour chart as potential entry or add point. XRP, CAD, here we go for those Canadians that like to trade it. And you can see it didn't go quite up to the 20. That depends on the exchange rate though, of course, right? The exchange rate that's happening. XLM, it has pulled back. We did come all the way back. Would look to see maybe we're going to hold that I would like it if it held that 47 level and catching it on the upward swing. And Dogecoin definitely had a bigger pullback, but look, on the 24-hour chart, it was just higher and more further extended away. And now it's come back down, lower risk right here on that 0.285 right here, and moving to the upside. So it bounced off of the 8 EMA, like it for that reason. And if we look at this in the short term, that's still that leg down for another move to the upside. You know about quantum computing, but was trying to figure out what the best quantum computer and software. Couldn't tell you two. But let's look at this. We had a 36-cent move, so if we break out from here, add another 36 cents, potentially, we're looking at roughly 66 cents. Or, yeah, 66 cents. Paranormal activity, like ghosts, YouTube. Para, I guess, would be not normal, maybe? I don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for helping to make these live streams fun and enjoyable and participating as well. If you all ever have any questions, please feel free to email me at jane@cjanetrade.com. Please share it with your friends. And also, if you like the live stream and you'd like to donate, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee link down below, or you can shoot me an XRP. I would love it. Have an amazing day, and I will see you all tomorrow at 12:15. Bye.